Maybe I've got the maybe I've got the webcam a little bit too close to my head. It's like it's right there in the danger zone. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Yeah, okay. So you'll have to tell me if the background music is too loud. Hello and welcome everyone to Jakob haQ Live. Today we're gonna whine, we're gonna complain, we're gonna whine and complain at the same time, and then when we're done doing that, we're gonna complain some more, because that's something I love doing. I love complaining about stuff that I care about, of course, because I wouldn't be complaining if I didn't really care, right? So I mean, I've made critical videos before, and there's this one comment on a video where I'm not gonna out that person, but that person is basically telling me that I'm an idiot for criticizing Apple, and an idiot for criticizing the products that I am using, that I'm somehow hypocritical. The only way I would know how to criticize these things is if I was using them for, a lot and for a very long time. And if I'm criticizing it, it means that I care, and I'm not only criticizing it just because I want to criticize something. It's because I feel that something is wrong and I want it fixed because I care about the platform. And a lot of people don't seem to equate criticism to caring, and I hate when that happens, and you get comments like, "You're stupid for criticizing Apple." So that's just what it is. Oh my God, I'm having to fix a lot of comments here. YouTube is the most sensitive snowflake ever in the world, and will just censor stuff right out there. You type shit and it will censor that, and I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. So I want to say hello and welcome to everybody. I see all the usual suspects here, and then of course there are those of you who I see, like I can see on the numbers here, that there are always more watching than people actually commenting. And so for those of you who are quiet, I know you're there, and thank you for being there always. To everyone else, we got the usual suspects like Russ, Nick Zakrevsky, Healing Heart, Paul. Is it Pal or Paul? We got Samuel Lindemann here, another Swede. John Guerrera. I'm not sure I recognize that name. You might have been in the stream before. If you're new, welcome, and stay and complain with us, because right now I'm looking for a new hub. All right, I'm looking for a new hub, because I've been using something I can't even touch right now because it's plugged into the MacBook I'm borrowing from my partner, my sweet partner, and it's plugged into the MacBook. And right now I've got the webcam, I've got the iRig stream plugged into there, and I've got what else do I have? I have a hard drive plugged into there. I have a lot of stuff plugged into there, and every port is now filled. It's got like 5 ports, and it's a cheap thing. Samuel Lindemann knows if I would say the what's the name of that thing? Samuel, it's one of those brands that Shell and Company makes. So we have this company here in Sweden called Shell and Company, and they basically make stuff that go together with other stuff. Okay, so it's one of those. What's the closest thing outside of Sweden? In America would be something like maybe like Radio Shack or something. Oh wait, that doesn't even exist anymore, does it? I think. Well, yeah, so that hub has now worked for me hard for 5 or 6 or 7 years. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's been at least 5 or 6 years, and it's starting to die on me. And I've been looking at pro hubs, audio hubs. I've been looking at all kinds of hubs, and if there's something I see a lot on the web, it is that people are recommending these hubs from Anchor. So whatever you are using, wherever you are using, right there, type it into the live chat, because I would love to see what you're using. If you're using any Anchor ones, anyone, from the selection they have, then tell me. And please let us know if it's a USB-C hub or a USB-A hub, because nowadays, either could go. For those of you who have new iPads, you're going to be using USB-C ones, and for other ones that are using the older ones, we're going to be using USB-A ones. And there is I read something really weird on the iPad musician group the other day, and that was someone having a problem with the connection order when plugging in the USB to not USB to Lightning, the USB-C. Uh, what is it like? You know, you know the USB 3 Lightning to with the charger port on there. There's one for USB-C, and this person was using it, and it whatever he or she was trying to plug in did not work because of the connection order. And usually what you do is you plug everything into the adapter and then the adapter in, and then it usually works. But for this person, it didn't work that way. This person had to unplug everything, plug in the adapter first, and then plug everything else in, which is so weird. Anyone had any problems like that? It's a proper dongle day, Santana. Can't I just say I don't want to complain? Okay, here's a few minor frustration with iOS music making, but it made me a musician, not the worst one. All right, we have to complain a little bit, right? If not only to vent, right? If we wanna, if we are frustrated, but we're still happy using this stuff, because let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, okay? We can complain all we want, but we keep giving them our money, and Apple loves our money. So as long as we do that, right? So I guess we're complaining to vent, hoping maybe that something changes, but it's not gonna, not because of what we're saying, but we can still complain because it's nice. It's nice to get it off your chest, isn't it? Isn't it? It doesn't always work. I use a Satechu one. It's like you said, Jacob, it doesn't always work. Thank you, Chan, for telling us that. Yeah, it's I've been seeing a few comments about USB-C adapters. People are having a hard time finding a good one. And I'm still saving for the iPad, and I'm getting closer every day, and I want to be the one that finally squashes all of these problems, just being able to super test the USB-C connector on the new iDevices, so that I can let people know through the channel, through the videos I make, what's really up, what's going on, and how you connect them, how much power they give out, stuff like that. Because with the Lightning connectors, it turned out, with the Lightning adapters, it turned out it was not that clear cut. It just wasn't clear cut. And that's why so many people were having problems with it. They were trying to change the connection order without realizing that maybe it was the two pad controllers full of lights that were actually killing off their session because of the startup sequence and all the lights going on, making them pull way more milliamps than they should out of the system, which makes the iOS just shut the connection off. I've done several tests like that. I've got videos of that. I want to make those about the USB-C one. Dimitri's here. Hello. Hey everyone. The only complaint I have is that some AUV3 synths have problems saving its state inside GarageBand, Nano Studio, and similar. Oh yeah, state saving. State saving is not that clear cut either with some stuff. Some synths don't even have it. Now I do realize that more synths do have it now. Back in the day when it was introduced, it wasn't, we had to wait for apps to get that. And nowadays, a lot of us are relying on this state saving. And in some cases, audio unit extensions, when you're using them, you can't really save the presets within the plug itself. You have to use the system within AUM, and that can be a bit confusing because it's different between different plugins. I don't like it when it's confusing. There are some stuff that could need some streamlining that the developers could do from their side, but that means that everyone has to be on board with it. And it's hard to get this information out to all developers because Apple I don't think Apple is doing it. I still hear complaints from developers today not being able to read any documentation about certain things they want to do. And that is a problem. That's why we're not getting streamlined stuff all over the place. Not another thing I want streamlined is audio unit multi-IO. I want that streamlined. I want that in every damned DAW so that we can all use those kinds of plugs to the fullest. You know, it's hard being limited this way, you know, when I'm using Cubases and not being able to use the sidechain because there is no support for audio unit multi-IO in there, and so I have to set up this contrived setup with AUM instead. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Uncle Tom, you bring up something about serviceability. You see, I looked up what it would take to actually switch out the battery in this thing if I would do it myself, because I have done that with this one. All right, so with this one, the iPhone 6s, I've done that. That video is basically just available for patrons because it turned out to be a mess, that whole thing, and so I couldn't really use it for the channel, but it's fun. At least I hope some of the patrons got some laughs out of it. I was so nervous I almost shat myself. Sorry, I don't know if you're disturbed from me saying that, but I'm serious. I was scared to death when I was opening this thing, and when I looked at videos of people doing it with this, no, like, it's almost impossible to open these things without breaking the screen, and that screen is not cheap, and my battery is starting to become not so good. You know, I'm pretty much having to sit with the charger in now all the time, and whenever I unplug it, if I pull up the light to just a half, ooh, it's gonna die in half an hour or something. Nick Zakrevsky says the documentation is there, it's just that Apple doesn't share it. I guess for financial reasons. It's kind of hard to know why they're doing it. It might also be like this. It might also be they don't have time or something else. It might even be a management issue. Like the management level might not be tuned to the music making community. Because when it comes to people making other apps, I don't really know what that looks like. How much documentation? If you're, let's say you're making an app that just does filters, you know, for Instagram or collages for Instagram. So you open up an app, you do a collage, you save it out, and then you have like a share to Instagram button. If you make an app like that, I think that the documentation is I think. Okay, I'm pulling this out of my bumhole, but I think that the documentation is pretty straightforward and stuff. But as soon as you start getting into inter-app audio, you start getting into audio unit and multi-IO, the tricky stuff, the stuff that developers go through to make those intricate apps, that's where it falls, I think. And back in the day, the Audio Bus guys used to try to keep everyone up to date. Who's doing it now? Because I don't know who's doing it now. There are developers out there that are incredibly helpful, like Bram Bose is one of them. Absolutely helpful. And there are even more. But is there any like community leader for these developers helping them, you know, with the documentation? Do they have a forum or like some closed off Slack account where they can talk it over? Maybe with some Apple developers and stuff. I don't have that information. Maybe no one wants to give it to me, or maybe I haven't been asking the right questions, or maybe I haven't been asking the right questions to the right people. That could also be it. Don't shit yourself, Jacob. I had to manage that one, Uncle Tom, because YouTube thought that maybe I would just croak from reading that. I would take my last breath of air, and then just fall over, you know, and croak, just disappear from this world if I read that message. So it made sure to censor that, just to keep it under tabs. Like, do you want to show this? This is horrible. He said the word shit, Jacob. Okay, I'm YouTube. I know what hurts people. I want to complain about Korg. This is from Healing Heart. I want to complain about Korg. Great product, get it too. But don't seem to be able to use it with other apps. Also, MIDI controller info should be more obvious. There is some documentation, but I've noticed that there is some documentation missing. And I did this video back when. Mm, what is that? What is that app called? Let me turn this off. There was this app, this gadget that came out that introduced. If anyone remembers which app that came out for Gadget 2 that provided us with MIDI, like MIDI, MIDI control gadget. I did a video on that. Sorry, and I was stressing. So I put out a video too fast, and in it I'm using it wrong. I'm doing a horrible mistake. I had to put up a correction video, and it's something wasn't really right with how that was laid out. And it turned out that Korg actually went in and changed it so that it would be more obvious. They obviously saw my video and thought, look at this idiot. And then they fixed it. So obviously there was something wrong with it, because I don't think I'm the only one that got it wrong, you know? But yeah, it's kind of hard to integrate Korg gadget with stuff. But wait a minute. When it comes to the MIDI, uh, I have done some integrations by running MIDI from one app and then running it into Korg Gadget, having Korg Gadget being used and all the gadgets inside being used as sound modules, and then using what was it, Craft, KRFT, using Craft to actually control Gadget and perform with. So Core Gadget was like running in the background, but not really running, not playing, just having a lot of gadgets loaded. And then I ran. Maybe I should just bring it up. I'm just gonna unplug this real quickly here. Why I have to grab this and remove it is because I cannot let there's something on this pad, and I'm so afraid that I'm gonna accidentally show it to you, because it's not time yet, and it's about 1.5 months left before I can show you. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. So I'm gonna bring something up here. I'm just gonna open up YouTube and bring something up, and let's see here. Um, I want to show you that surface. I think I do like a screenshot right before it. Keep complaining about stuff in the live chat while I search for this, because that makes stuff more fun for me when I go back reading. So let's see here. Let me plug this in again. Let me plug this in again. I'ma plug it. I'ma plug it. Peter Bragg, you're absolutely right. It's Taipei. Nino Beats, hello Nino Beats, and welcome to the live stream. We are complaining, and we're talking about integration between apps. We're talking about streamlining stuff. We're talking about we're wondering, hey, do developers have any community leaders? How do they take part of certain information that some developers should have to make stuff more transparent across the platform, so that developers will know what to implement, what people want and stuff. And it really is hard unless you're a developer who is always like on the web. That okay, I made that sound weird, but if you're on if you're in the iPad musician group, any beginners here, if you have a Facebook, go and join up on the iPad musician group. Over 10k members or 15k members. Really, really helpful bunch. Like all the people here in this chat room are they're all members, all right? It's a really helpful crew. Wonderful, wonderful group. But if you're a developer and you keep a track what's happening there on the Audio Bus forum, then you're gonna get bits and pieces of what people want. And one of the most obvious things is audio unit extensions, right? That's really one thing. And we still have that question, like, will Core Gadget ever get that? Will Core Gadget ever support that? I mean, on the desktop, you can pretty much use the gadgets as VSTs. I would love to see something like that right here. Only the gadget format it doesn't really lend itself well to the audio unit extension format because of the scaling and everything. And I think that is actually kind of a problem for them, because then they would need to rewrite the because it doesn't look like it's computer generated graphics. The gadgets have been designed and it looks like they're based off pictures and stuff, and so you're gonna have to redo that. And then there's the other thing of, there there's a plus for the company when they're keeping you within their system, because then you buy stuff from them. But for the future, I think it might be smart to actually try to implement audio unit extension thing. Let's see here. Is that it? Is that it? Is that the one? This is the one. Yeah. Is it the one I've been playing for you guys? I think it might be. I think it might be the track. Yeah, the track I've been playing for you. I mean, this is an integration of Core Gadget running in the background. And then I'm using Craft to control the all the synths and everything. So anyone who's ever used Core Gadget will recognize these voice samples. I think they're in Bilbao or Abu Dhabi or something like that. And so every block in here is like a sequencer. So I'm running a sequence and I'm starting and stopping loops. So all of this is just sending out MIDI to Gadget. And that's a nice way of integrating stuff, but to actually integrate it with other apps, I mean, it would be nice to be able to load some of the favorite plugins like compressors and stuff into Core Gadget also. I mean, it's not that I don't like the compressor inside Core Gadget, it's just that maybe I like Rough Rider from Audio Damage Inc. more. Thank you, Chan. Shout out to all the YouTube channels who keep popping up in my live stream, like Electronic Sounds Audio, Jamie Malander, Mobile Music Pro. I mean, there are probably more here and I'm missing them, but thank you so much for your support, guys. I like this comment from Nino Beats. Nino Beats. AUM is the GOAT for iOS music production. Without it, I doubt I'd use an iPad for music. The GOAT? What does that mean? I mean, I like the comment about goats. I love goats. I'm just not sure I get the reference. And to anyone who's wondering, even though the video is edited, that video is a one take. I just redid it, I don't know how many times, 17 times until I got it right. I always effed it up when I got to the voicing part where I'm playing the Yeah Baby thing. And I always messed it up there, so I restarted until I got one good take. And then I just edited that one. And I have a producer friend from Germany who tells me, like, Jacob, you're so dumb. I never do that. If I want to make a music video, I just record bits and pieces, put it together. Why would I try to make everything perfect? But for me, it's about showing that you can perform with this. You can do that. You can practice with it. You can turn the iPad into an instrument. By the way, that thing in the background behind the iPad, that's a floor mat. Uh, and that floor mat is now rotten, and we had to get rid of it because it was out on the balcony a whole summer, and it was raining a lot, and a lot of water got into it, and it didn't get dry, and it just got completely ruined. And when we picked it up, it's made out of like grass straws. When we picked it up, it just fell apart. Yeah, that's one way of doing it, of integrating stuff. So Mobile Music Bro says, like many others, the Anchor hubs are good. The Anchor hubs are good. Is there anyone in particular that you're using? Like, there's so many types here. Why are there so? Wait, it looks like these looks like they're same. No, wait, that's an Ethernet converter. Oh, an Ethernet con By the way, has anyone seen the stupid overpriced Ethernet to Lightning connector? Have y'all seen that? Like like seriously, it's so overpriced. It's so overpriced. I don't even know what to say. What was the company that makes that? Was it Belkin? Let me see here if I can find it. I'm gonna show you because it's insane how expensive it is. I mean, what I use when I do Ethernet stuff, I have it plugged in right now. It's a USB to Ethernet thing, and that thing costed about $25 converted to dollars. And then when you're using it with a MacBook, you just plug it in, right? When you're using it with this, you have to plug it in through a dongle, and the most expensive dongle here in Sweden, it's about 40 bucks. So altogether, it's still a expensive package to get Ethernet into your iPad or iPhone for about 65 bucks. But this thing it's way more. It's way more. It's about 100 bucks or more, 110 bucks. So let's see here. Ethernet like Lightning adapter, and I think it's a Belkin one. Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so if I convert this into, let's go for private, not as a business. Okay, so that's 1300 kronor, 1400 kronor. That's 1400 kronas. And so in dollars, that would be about $128 or something like that. $128 for this. All right? All it is a adapter with a lightning connector at one end, and then it's got an Ethernet at one, and then a charger. What? What? Like seriously, who pays for that? That's an insane amount of money. You can get a used smaller iPad for that. You can get a used iPhone for that. It's insane. It's just, oh, it's so insane. It's so insane. Let's see here. Using USB-C, just plug it into converter to plug into a USB-A in the hub. Okay, so you can use converters with that. That's awesome. Ripples, say bloggers pick up, then the news sites, then the social media, and so on. Okay, I'm late here with reading the comments. Nathaniel Turner says I'm using the Kingston, which is pretty good. Nathaniel, do you have like a model for that? Because saying the Kingston, I'm sure that the Kingston has more. You know, they have many. Like how many? Are we talking about? Oh God, what is this? Are we talking about USB hubs here, or are we talking Ethernet adapters? I just want to make sure that I get you straight. A proper audio dock with USB ports. Okay, here's one thing. I don't know if you can see that, but right here in the corner, can you see that, everyone? That is my audio hub, all right? That's my audio hub from Novation, and they don't sell those anymore. Too bad. If you want something similar, you have to go for the Arturia audio fuse, which costs way more, but gives you way more in the forms of connection points, headphone adapters, everything. Like the audio fuse is actually a card I've been looking at myself, but I never got around to testing it. There are some good reviews over at Beats channel, and also my buddy Accurate Beats. They both reviewed that one. Not for mobile necessarily, but they still reviewed the interface. But the Innovation Audio Hub has three USB ports on it, and here's one gripe I have. This thing right here, this is the OPC from Teenage Engineering, all right? And the thing with the OPC from Teenage Engineering is that it is USB class compliant for both MIDI and audio. Yes, so you can just take a cable and plug it straight in to your iPad or your iPhone, or use a lightning connector, USB 3 lightning connector, and plug it in, and it will send audio to this thing, and it will send audio back to this thing, so you can sample stuff from your iPad onto this, or you can sample stuff back or record tracks back into this, send MIDI back and forth. But here's one thing. So I've got, let me show you. Right now, over here, I've got my iQ Multimedia MTMs, all right? Hello. And these MTMs are amazing, by the way, but the thing with the MTMs, though, they are connected to the Innovation, the balanced outputs in the back. And right now I've disconnected them because, yeah, I don't want any audio playing, and I'm so stupid because I could have just turned them off, which I did instead of unplugging the cables. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous. So that's why do I unplug them every time? I'm so damn stupid. What the hell, Jacob? All I need to do is to turn the speaker. Never mind. So, in order for this to work, well, I have to have this connected to the USB 3 to Lightning adapter into my iPad. All right? And when I've done that, iOS can only handle one audio interface at a time, right? Okay, we've tested this. I've got a video about that. It can't handle more audio connections. It can handle as many MIDI connections as you can throw at it, almost. As long as you have the power and the USB hubs to connect them all. There was one guy connecting like 10 MIDI keyboards to his iPad. That video is on YouTube. You can probably find it if you search for that. 10 MIDI controllers to an iPad or something. And you can do that, but audio interfaces, no. Only one node for audio interfaces. So it's either what you plug in here or what you plug in here. So if you're plugging in something with a mic and you've got this one connected, it will go to the mic here on the headphone port. And if you connect this one afterwards, it will shut off the mic and use this. And it would be perfect for me, right? To be able to plug this in instead of getting what I have now, because in here you have something called, I'll show you. I'm getting to the point. Come on, open up. In here, I've got the OP lab, or the op lab. All right. So it's got CV connections. It got gate. It got sync in and out MIDI and stuff. And then you use dongle connectors to connect MIDI and stuff. And I don't want to use that, when I'm working with this, because this is class compliant. So I want to take this and connect it to here. Perfect. Got an audio hub. Nice. I just plug it into the hub, and what happens is it shuts off the sound card connection for this thing, and it turns on this. And I don't know how many comments and emails I've been getting about this from OPC users and mobile music people complaining about this and asking me, is there a way around it? No, there isn't. And the way around it, it's basically getting the OpLab module, getting the little dongle MIDI connectors, getting MIDI cables, getting a MIDI interface, plugging it into the Innovation Audio Hub, and then running the cables, audio cables from here into there. And suddenly, you're left with a dongle mess. I hate that. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Hello, we got 3 Stig here. Chen MFK, what about the iConnectivity stuff? Anybody try that? Chen, a lot of my viewers have the iConnectivity, And whenever I read up about the eye connectivity, I find people that absolutely hate it and people who absolutely love it. Because the thing with that one is that it seems to be able to connect both to iOS and PC or Mac at the same time. I might have gotten that wrong. If if anyone in the chat room has eye connectivity, one of those eye connectivity devices, then let us know if that's true. But that's one of the selling points, I think. I had one viewer actually visiting me 2 years ago here in Stockholm. That's pretty cool. He came from faraway lands, in a foreign faraway land, and he spoke Spanish, and he was a very nice dude, and we had a nice time. Me and my partner, we took him out, and we had dinner and stuff, and it was a very nice time. And he had the eye connectivity. He absolutely loved it, and he showed me like a schematic that he made of connections he did with it, and it looked pretty intricate. You can do some intricate stuff with it. But the thing is, I haven't been able to find out if the eye connectivity devices, if they're stable or not, because even he told me that sometimes it's not stable and sometimes it's perfect. Electronic Sounds Audio says iRig MIDI 2, and yes, I do have that. Let's see here. I think I've got it over here. Is it? Is it in my bag? No? Where did my... I found it. I think I found it. Yeah, so this is one thing I use, right? So it's the iRig MIDI 2 from iKey Multimedia. It's just a MIDI in, out, and through box. And so when I want to use this with my Audio Hub sound card, I have to plug this into my Audio Hub, and then I have to get a cable. Let's see here. Yeah. I have to get one of these for my OPC, and I can't remember what port it is because it's not marked, so I always have to unscrew and look. That's one annoying thing about this. I think I'm gonna put a sticker on here with the connections on, so I easily know, or at least color the sticker rings above here so I know. But I have to go get this, and then I have to get a MIDI cable. So we're gonna get a MIDI cable there, and then I have to get the audio connection for this, right? So it's one of these, and then if I need MIDI in and out, then I need another MIDI cable. There we go. So yeah, suddenly this is what you're left with now. This is what you're left with now, for a simple connection, you know. Just because iOS can't handle more sound cards, and I kind of get it. I kind of get it. I get it. Sample rates and whatnots, and yeah, that would probably be messy, but still, oh, it's such a deuce. When all you need really to connect this to that is just one USB cable for newer iPads with USB-C. So if you have a USB-C to USB-C cable, you can connect it right away. And if you got one of these, you probably have a USB 3 to Lightning connector, and you just connect it up. I'm gonna put this dongle mess back because it's freaking me out. It's making me angry and sad. Well, it's not sad. Everybody knows it's not sad. It's not sad. Let's see here. It's so nice to have some storage now in the studio. For a long time, I just used paper boxes and stuff. Oh, yeah, it's not so mobile anymore. Behringer UHC 404 has 4 audio inputs, but only ever used 2. I'm at a point where I had my partner design a shell system that I'm gonna put together at some point, and it's gonna be screwed down into the table at the back here. And if I do this, and it's gonna go up, so I'm gonna have a shelf that is slanting like this, and then I'm gonna put the synths on here, like over here and over here, so enough space for having a standing up iPad if I want, and still enough air, you know, between the speakers and the slanting shelves, because I wouldn't want the audio from this to, I wouldn't want anything to disturb the audio coming from these things. that would be bad. Um, so when I have that, and I have every little device, that I have in my bookshelf behind me, you can kind of hint it there in the corner. There's a bookshelf there, and in there I have, among others, I have the Volca Korg Volca bass. I've got some synths like the sculpt synths. Oh, I need to make videos about those. I got the the drum. um, I've got the Arturia Microfreak there. I want them all here, and I want them all connected. And then I need a multi I/O card. And I had one that I'm not gonna review because I don't want to promote that company until I see they change the way that they handle criticism. But there are a lot of good multi I/O cards out there that can handle that can connect to iPads. And so something along those lines, I'm thinking. Oh, you saw that, Sasha. I'm putting down the tea. I'm putting the tea away. Okay. Mobile music, her. It's not hashtag. It's not sad. It's not sad. Love you guys. Love all of you. I love all of you. By the way, I before I started the stream, I exported a video, but this time I didn't upload it because the last time I did that we had to wait because when I was gonna stream I didn't have any audio or anything going, and nothing was working, so I had to restart the computer, and it just ugh. So the video is right here, it's waiting to get out, and it's a different video. It's a very different video. I'm experimenting with a few video formats because my problem is, as many of you in this stream or in this chat already know, and for those of you who have just tuned in, hello and welcome to Jakob Live. Well, I've been struggling with finding formats of videos that won't take me more than a day to make, but will still. I want the videos to still be something good. I don't want the videos to feel like they're just rushed or bad in any way. I want them to be what do you call it, entertaining, and I want to experiment with different formats because I don't want my channel to stagnate in some way. So I am constantly changing the content I make. I'm constantly making improvements, and hopefully you notice that. But the thing is, I need something that doesn't take a long time to make. And so I've been thinking of making shorter reviews. I've been watching the GarageBand Guide, which is a great channel. He's making these like app of the week. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to copy anyone's format. But I'm thinking of making like shorter reviews of apps that I just can't do without. And I have enough of those apps to last me at least a year if I make one or two of those every month. Okay, so that's one, and then I need another video, and so I'm experimenting. So don't judge me just yet. Tell me in the chat section, have any one of you ever seen a tier list? Have any one of you ever watched any YouTubers do a tier list? Have you seen pictures of tier lists on the web? Because this is a thing that has been kind of getting some traction over the past year, and I'm kind of late to the party, but I made my first tier list. If you know what that is, if you don't know, I will inform you. But it's a tier list, everyone, and it's an interesting one. And I've got some really interesting ideas for that. And that's the type of format I would be able to do also in a day or less than 9 hours. So maybe 8 hours it would take me to put something like that together. A pretty fun thing, trying to have fun with the format more than just being really, really serious about stuff. It's just that I want to be able to put out more content at a regular basis without it feeling bland or rushed or anything, and just keep the rate on the channel more steady, because YouTube doesn't like it when I drop off for over a week because I'm finishing up on a video, and a lot of viewers don't like that either. So I want to be able to cater to everyone. Sasha says, please explain. All right. Okay, Sasha. All right. So Sasha and anyone else who do not know what a tier list is, I'm just gonna healing heart, apps that make you cry. See, there are so many good topics we can take up. So I'm gonna put in tier list here. All right, and we're gonna take pictures, and I'm gonna show you something. So maybe you've seen pictures like this over Twitter or something. It's got the rainbow color because there are different tiers, and then every tier list has a theme. So it might be a tier list of American presidents, and so some YouTuber will sit down and comment on the selections that he or she makes from these presidents and put them into different tiers based upon different things. It's a topic starter. It's also something that everyone else can do because the tier lists you make through a site called Tier List Maker, you get a link from there, and then you can share the link, and anyone else who wants to, do their own tier list and save a picture and share it, they can do that. So it's a social thing. The only thing I don't like with this site is that it seems a bit shady because you need to sign up with your Twitter account. And a lot of apps do that. A lot of apps and websites, when you sign up on one service, they'll ask you to sign up through something else like Facebook or Instagram, or even Instagram will ask you to sign up with Facebook if you want. And what you're doing is you're giving the app you're signing up in, when you're signing up into an app or into a website from another website, you're giving that app or that website access to your account. And in a lot of cases, it could be okay, but in some cases, it might not be okay. This is one of those sites that does that thing, so I am going into that in my video, but still, I thought it would be a fun thing to make. So there are many different tier lists, and if you look at this, the kids find stuff like anime characters or game characters to put them in different tiers depending on different parameters, which is the strongest Mortal Kombat fighter, and people put their most favorite ones in there. Oh, I'll put Sub-Zero. Is that a name? Sub-Zero? Is that? I played Mortal Kombat, but I admit I'm getting old. I'm forgetting. Sasha, are you getting it? Are you getting it? Will you comment the next Apple event live? Yeah, stuff like that. Yes, I want to do stuff like that because if me commenting like the Apple thing, that would be fun. And on my channel, stuff are edited. So when the next Apple live event happens, I will of course live stream about it. Okay? That's one thing I want to do. I will live stream about that here on this channel. But then I will make a more proper video that doesn't take me too long to make with some highlight points that I put up on my regular channel. This way I'm able to sorry. This way I'm able to add more content to my channel that isn't bad, that has a purpose, that is being done for a purpose without it feeling contrived or anything. And I'm able to keep people happy, keep the algorithm happy, and I'll feel less pressure because I still want to dive deep into apps and I want to take the time to do that. And in order to do that, I need to be able to put up at least one video per week, like weekly. So some weeks it will be two videos. That's where I want to go to, like it was more back in the days. Some weeks it will be one video, some weeks it will be two videos because of the formats I'll be using. So you'll have this big video come out. It might be 2 weeks in between the big videos, and then you'll have a shorter video in between. So I can still make the diving deep content and then make the shorter, um, more shallow content. Not shallow, but I think you know what I mean. Next Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Samuel, is that when the next Apple thing is? Because I'm not 9 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. I can't even read. Okay, I'll put it into my calendar. Apple Live event. Let's see here. Oh, gotta unplug this. Next Tuesday. Let's see here. Next Tuesday is that the 15th? That's the 15th. So next Tuesday there's an Apple Live event at 7 o'clock. Let's live stream that. All right? Let's live stream that. Let's talk about that. Shenzhen, yeah, it is. Shenzhen, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and I've always been doing a lot of work, but I've been streamlining stuff. The videos I make today in time, now they're taking a bit longer, all right? But when I started making videos for this channel, the first videos I make, like they could take me all between 8 to 16 hours. And yeah, double the time. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a big space there, but I would say in general 10 hours in general every video I made. And at sometimes some weeks I was making one video per day the whole weeks, all right? And some weeks there were even I have one week that I put up 10 videos, and they're not bad, but I did the videos differently. I didn't have access to LumaFusion. I didn't have access to all the space I wanted. I had to limit the videos to 5 minutes. There was a lot of stuff keeping everything down, and now I've increased the production value like a huge amounts, and I'm trying to do stuff in a different way, so everything takes way more time. So the way I've been streamlining stuff and making processes of everything that now takes faster. So processing my narration in Cubasis, I have a signal chain that is perfect for three different sounds: one for one mic, one for another mic, and one for another mic when I'm far away from it, when I'm walking around with the mic. I can just process the audio very quickly, just loading it, press process. I don't have to sit there and baby that stuff anymore. Same thing in the videos. I have a lot of templates that I've made over the years, about 200 or 300 templates in between for different things that I do, like the splash screens. I've been working on those templates for a year, stuff like that, right? So I'm saving time, and the time I'm saving, I'm putting into other stuff, more research, longer videos, doing interviews with developers. You have to streamline if you want to save time, so you have time to do other things. And so right now, I'm currently running my main channel, and I've been able now to keep content out in a very constant rate, like weekly, and I'm doing the weekly live streaming here, because I've got a setup now that serves that really well. Okay, all I have to do is to open the lid on the MacBook and just turn it on and then stream. That's it. And then I always have to fumble around when I want to stop the stream because I can never find the off button. And yeah, that's you know that if you've been sticking through a live stream. If you haven't, then stick through this live stream. You'll probably see it because I never fail. So wait, I never. Well, I do fail. Otherwise, no, doesn't matter. So everything I've been able to do is because I've been streamlining it. And at the same time, I'm also answering some very long emails, and I'm always, behind on the emails. I've got loads of red flagged emails, and then I also have to answer comments on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. I've even removed some social network places now. Like I used to use Tumblr. I've stopped using that like 1.5 year ago. I just stopped because there wasn't any traffic there, and yeah, it was just another thing where I had to post stuff, and don't want to do that. So I'm trying to work harder at getting better at running like Instagram and Twitter and stuff, putting out some more updates and things like that. And what I've also been doing now is I've been popping in way more into the Discord channel. That's right, I have a Discord channel if you didn't know, and I was neglecting it because I didn't have time. But now I'm in there almost every day checking up because someone has mentioned me not being there, and so I'm running that too. Hello, Audio Dabbler. Good afternoon to you. It's actually evening over here, but hello. I'm only able to do this because I've been doing this for a long time. And you learn how to do certain things over the years. So it's a constant grind, it's constant work, but so is every job. Every job is a grind. It's just that you get into this weird mindset when you're doing jobs like these, especially in like the creative sectors. It was different back when I've had a lot of different jobs. I've been working with construction work. I've been working with gardening. I've been working at a factory, and the factory jobs were very straightforward. I get up a certain time, I go to work, I clock out, clock in, I clock out, and then I go home. So it's always those 9 or 10 hours. It's always that. That's it. I don't have to bring my work back to my home because I've been making refrigerator over at work, and there's nothing I want to talk about that, when I get home. So I don't bring home any work like that. But with YouTube and social networking, you're pretty much on every day. And if you keep track of your statistics, especially when you have a long time between videos, it's going to eat at your brain and it will very quickly make you depressed if you don't find ways around that. One of the ways for me is you guys. And now that we're doing live streams, I'm having way more fun. Way more fun. Some people have been telling me I don't want to watch the live streams because you're just fumbling around. And that's kind of the point. Not the point of me fumbling around, but the point is to hang out with you because I felt lonely for a long time just working on the main channel. So if you're ever thinking of starting something, yeah. Chenzen says, I struggle with 1 minute videos. Yeah, I do too, actually. I do. I do still do that. And there are some videos that I only put up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and those are 1 minute. Sometimes I answer comments from people who want help and make mini tutorials, and I only post them on these social network sites. So if you're not following me there, you should, but I think you are. Fun with Cats, the Synth Edition. Buy some kittens playing keyboards. You get loads of viewers. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not doing the kitten thing. I'm not a cat person. I'm more of a sloth person. More of you know what my most favorite animal is? An animal that I've come to love, like dry throat. Give me water. Ooh. Oh, so you are following me. I thought so. The bumblebee. The bumblebee. I absolutely love the bumblebee. And I've come to um, learn how they work, how they function. Bumblebees and honeybees. And I've even been able to befriend the wasps this year because my partner is really good with flowers and she's figured out what types of flowers these animals like. And she's been planting a lot of them this year. And we've had like a shuttle traffic of bumblebees, bees, honeybees, and wasps coming back and forth on our balcony. And I haven't gotten attacked once. I've even had them crawling on me without any troubles because I know how to handle them now. Bumblebees in particular aren't aggressive at all, and honeybees only get aggressive if you tantalize them. And wasps are interesting because they'll do this thing where they fly up to you and they do this in your face or in your face like this, all right? And so most people will get nervous and they start doing this with their hand. And what they do, these wasps, is that they get even more intense with this thing now. And what they're doing is they're just checking you out. They're checking what happened and registering that for the next time they come. They keep doing that. If I move something on the balcony, you'll see them just be there, floating back and forth, back and forth, scanning it until they know where everything is, and then they fly away. So I watched these little guys. I watched these little guys come to our balcony, pick up little larvae, eating the leaves of our plants and eating them. Even I we call them leaf lice in in Swedish. Lice, Lice. Sorry, they eat them too. It's been a wonderful experience, and so during summer I've been sitting on the balcony editing videos, listening to the bumblebees, the honeybees, and the wasps do their thing. And my girlfriend even put out like plate of water in it, and the wasps come like one by one. they sit down on there and they drink water from there. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. I'm just very, very fascinated with these little six-legged creatures, and I absolutely love them. Absolutely. I love my Siamese cats. You have Siamese cats? Those are pretty cool though. So the bee is like your spiritual animal? Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be. I like to watch wasps go in my wasp trap. What the fuck? I got attacked by wasp swarm after moving over their floor. Oh, okay. Oh no, 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 no. Did you get Chanzan? Did you get stung in your nether region? Have you ever had that? Because I've gotten stung, like in some very. Let's not go get in there. It's just it hurts just thinking about it. I'm gonna read this out of context because I just love how this read. They just want to lick you and leave. They just want to lick you and leave. Thank you for that one, Healing Heart. Oh, so you turned up. Michael Lohmeyer is in the stream too. What was that topic again? The Wasp synthesizer? That's a pretty cool synthesizer, by the way, the Wasp. That's why you always busy. Oh, that's a good one. They like the salt. Well, the Wasp bee thing turned out to be a success. That's what I've been doing this summer, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I love nature, you know. I grew up in a place where nature was pretty abundant, and when you woke up in the morning, you felt the smell of cow dung, and I love that. And I love the smell of forests. I'm not a city boy at all, and I live in the city. Luckily, we have like forest areas around here where we can, take a walk. And I've been walking out maybe a little less than usually because of you. You all know C19. Unfortunately, they didn't just lick me. They remember everyone. They just want to lick you and leave. They just want to lick you and leave. That's all. You gotta let them. You gotta let them lick you and leave. I'm running out of water. All right, so we're pretty much off topic here. We're supposed to talk about complaints, and we have been talking about complaints. I've been talking about, oh, I'm gonna put this one back. We've been talking about everything from developers having a hard time developing. By the way, Dimitri, are you still here? Are you a developer? Have I asked you that before? I think I have. Maybe I have. You love my streams for the impromptu bee talk? So super saw it is. I made a fly patch in Audulus. Make songs in B. And they love you. There's a lot of licking going on. There's a lot of talk about licking each other and licking and leaving. I just want to lick you and leave. I'm gonna. Do you think that would? No, don't ever use that as a pickup line. That's horrible. Don't do that. Oof, that would be so bad. I wonder if my I wonder if my partner is listening to this. She's the loveliest, kindest human being I've ever known. I've known a lot of people, and it's just she she's crazy in the best possible ways. And I keep telling her that you're the oddest person I've ever met. You're so weird. Don't ever stop being that. Don't ever become boring. So I do hope that you're gonna like my tier list video. I'm hoping it's. I'm not taking it too seriously. The tier list thing. I'm not taking it too seriously. So at least we now know. By the way, have anyone ever seen this one that I showed earlier? The Belkin Lightning and Ethernet adapter. The most overpriced thing I've ever seen when it comes to peripherals for iOS. That's all it is. It's so expensive. $128. That I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's insane. It's it's absolutely insane. Let's try to back out from here. Can I find? Oh yeah, it's what's the Anchor ones. So a lot of people are liking the Anchor ones. Okay, so there's one here, a USB 3.0 aluminum 14 port hub. I think I'm gonna have to go for something like this. Probably. There's a lot of ports on there. The thing is that how many amps is that thing carrying? Let's see here. Um, okay, for maximum performance, connected devices should not exceed a combined current of 8 amps. 8 amps. And they do give the charging to 2.1 amps. 2.1. I think the new ones, the new iPads, don't they need like 3 amps, or is it 2.4 amps to have that high speed charging? I think the old iPad Pro is 2.1 amps. I'm uncertain. I want to check, but I can't just unplug it now and check. I could search it up here, but it's the biz. It's a ridiculous price. Yes, Cubase is 3. Let the storm begin. I love Steinberg so much. I love their stuff. I love Steinberg so much. I do. It's like I've done so much with Cubase and Cubases. Discovering Cubases on iOS was releasing, right? It was like letting go of the most hard stuff because I had a long time, searching. I was searching for a lot of stuff for a long time on iOS to find a DAW or something that I could use, like the old one, like Cubase. And I found Cubases, and yeah, and they've been updating it, and it's awesome. And then Cubase 3 came out, and it didn't work, and I'm still afraid of trying to move over to Cubase 3. Now, Mobile Music Pro has been making a lot of great videos for Cubase 3, um, and so Mobile Music Pro, I don't know if you're still in the chat. You might have gone off editing a video, but if you are here, if you're listening, then why don't you tell us? Do you think that Cubase 3 is stable right now? Michael Lohmeyer says that 2.4 amps is the max I ever heard about. Okay, so it's not 3 amps, it's just my brain then. iScare released a new delay effect today. I'm not falling for it. Samuel, I got, the guy, Satoshi. His name is Satoshi. And he always writes me. And it's so sweet the way he writes because there's a language barrier. He's Japanese, and he speaks Japanese mainly, and so he translates it. I think because the wording isn't, it's not really there, but it's so sweet the way he writes to me, and he always sends me a code, but I never use them. I always just go and buy them, and what I saw was, I think this is his first. Is this his first effect plugin? I get why, if it is, because he's been making synths for a long time. He started with groove boxes, and then he went over to make synths, from Argon up to the last one he did, which was like the best synth he's ever made. It's basically like all of the synths he's made previously, all molded into this one synthesizer. And I made a video about that, and it's a great synth. It's just lovely. Um, and now he comes out with an effect plugin. I think that he feels like he can't just make another synth because he's already made the one. He's made the one ice gear synth. It's the one because it has everything that the other ones had. And I like the way he thinks about this delay because he's doing something different with it. So many companies now have so many suites out: compressors, delays, chorus, pitch shifters, shimmer reverbs, everything, right? Now you got to switch it up. Audio Damage has been doing it for some time. Hours has been doing it for some time. There are more developers out there doing it. Elastic Effects, awesome. Um, I mean, going back in time, we have Tornado and stuff like that too, right? But now it's the time to really experiment with what an effect could be, because no one wants just a delay anymore. We already have just delays. We already have just reverbs. We already have just compressors. How about just mixing it up? And I like what he's done with the new delay. So I will probably be making a video of it. Electronic Sound signs off of it. He Dean loves the new iScare delay. I mean, that's enough just to go and buy it off the App Store. DL01, RB01 are free effect apps which are very good. So for anyone watching this, if you want a free effect, I'm gonna try to hit it up here. Let's see here. What did you say? DL01? DL01. I'm getting no hits. What about RB01? RB01? Wait, is it 01? I can't get them. I get a medicine app. Pal, help us out here. Maybe you can post links into maybe you can post links into the chat window. Oh no, I'm out of water. I don't know if my partner is listening, but if you are listening, this is gonna come in late. But I don't want to leave the table. So if you are listening, lovely partner, could you bring me some water? Dean stamps off approval. Obsidian AUV3. Serum. Sasha. Oh yeah, last live stream you guys mentioned some guy making like a serum clone kind of thing, and I saw some pictures of it, and yeah, so it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. I think that's gonna be an awesome thing when it comes out. RB01. Is that it? Let me check it out here. RB01. I'm not getting it. DL01. Let me try this. DL01. No? There we go. Simple delay. So it's made by someone named haQ Mizushita. So it looks like a Japanese name, and it seems like there's three free ones here. So it's the multi-mode filter from haQ, and then it is the DL01 simple delay, and then it's the VB01 simple reverb, and then there is the scope simple audio analyzer, and it costs $1. It's in Swedish kronas, and you can't see that. It's too far away, but yeah, that's what it looks like. So at least there are three free ones over there. That's very 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 generous of this developer to do that. This is a simple delay effect plugin created using Juice. Fully supports the functionality as an audio unit plugin extension. You can control delay time, feedback amount, and effect level. Uses mic input when launched standalone. Oh, so it works in standalone too. That's great. You can use it as a ping pong delay or as a synchronized with the DAW tempo. You can also use it as a looper or drone synth using the freeze function. Yeah. There you go. Oh, so anyone wanting some free stuff, I'm gonna have to make a new free video app. Free, a new video about free apps. I use Drambo mainly for sound designer. haQ is the developer's name. Ah, He's very responsive too. Chat with him on Twitter. All right, I'll try to hit him up. Sorry, I shook the camera there. I just saw it here on the stream. There are two guys on Twitter, Serum Clone. One is Matt Pfeiffer. That's the one I checked. And Kerno. Wait, I checked both of those. I thought. Wait, what? Let me just unplug this thing very quickly. I don't want you to see whatever I'm hiding here. 1.5 month, everyone. Wait 1.5 month. Something awesome. Something awesome. So let's see here if I can find this person. It was. What did you say? You said Matt Pfeiffer. Matt Pfeiffer. Software engineer, developer. What? Matt Pfeiffer from. Is that it? Designed by Matt Pfeiffer? Is that it? I'm trying to find what it is here. Oh, okay. Wait. There's audio here. There's actually audio here. So let's plug this thing in again. Try. What are you saying? Kearney is a 6 oscillator hybrid synth with a step LFO and so on. Oh, it kind of reminds me of what is that name of that app from that company? They made an app and then they tweaked the app so it would stop working after a certain date. I can't remember the name for it, but that app was also pretty good, you know. So do we have audio here? Sounds like FM synthesis, but it's a wavetable plot. It's a very nice oscilloscope. Sometime in the future, I'm gonna get a more powerful MacBook at some point, or a computer that can stream better, and then I will be able to use multiple cameras and also a feed from the iPad straight into there, so I can make different thing. I also want to do some chats. How would you feel about that? I want to chat and do some chats with you and also someone else in the iOS music community, and have people, invite people in. It could be viewers like yourself, and also like a co-host, like me and Dean from Electronic Sounds would sit and talk, or me and Luke from Nutrix, the synth guy, or me and Doug Woods, or me and someone else, and we could talk together and chat about it and invite someone in. Nutrix has been doing it on his channel, and I like that. And I was also featured in two of those videos. If you've seen, I don't know if you've seen it, but I was interviewed by Nutrix. We're talking about uh, going bald, uh, among other things, and iOS music. And I was also in a chat where this guy named Troy was in the live stream. And this guy was actually a viewer of my channel and also Nutrix's channel. It was very fun. It was interesting and nice chat there. I would love to have some of you viewing if you want to chat with us. I would love to do something like that where we can do that, because that would be nice. And especially here on the live streaming channel, it makes a lot of sense to do that. Sounds awesome, huh? That would be awesome. Show the step LFO. You can load Serum wavetables into that one. Showing right now. Oh, really? That's cool. Okay, so the other person's name was Kerno Interactive. And that's the one I think I saw. Kerno Interactive? Nope, that's not right. But it was Kerno. I do remember that name. Kerno? Okay, if I write Kerno synth, Um, no, I'm not getting the right stuff here, I think. Wait, wait a minute. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. No, it's not loading. It's not loading at all. Huh, maybe I retweeted some of that stuff. Let's see here. Let's go for, right now I'm on my main Twitter. So maybe, oh yeah, by the way, if anyone here did missed it, I've been asking the community to send me pictures of your dongle messes. All right. So if you are sitting on a dongle mess or a dongle, situation, take a photo of it and send it to me. I'm gonna be using it for a video to do something fun with. All right. It's not gonna be for a serious video. It's gonna be for a fun video. So if you haven't seen it, if you haven't sent that to me, because some people have already been sending me some dongle messes, which I love. So thank you so much for that. It really helps out a lot when the community reaches out to do stuff like this. So if you have dongle mess pictures, send it to me. You can do it on Twitter, or you can even put it up on Instagram and hashtag me. I'll snapshot it from there, screenshot it from there. You can do it on Facebook. Let's see here. Did I retweet? Did I retweet that thing with the synth, Kerno synth? It doesn't look like it. Where is it? Come on. Oh, by the way, Elbow Media Studios. Do you guys know about this guy? Because he makes iOS videos. And I checked out his channel and he makes some great videos. I didn't know about him. He wrote to me on one of my videos, the one where I have that let's see here, where I'm doing the intro with all of the YouTubers: Jamie Mallender, Doug Woods, Davey Pooh, the Music Minstrel, Mobile Music Pro, like all of these people coming in into the intro. He commented there because he said, "Oh, something along the lines of wanting to be in on it, everything." And I'm trying my hardest to keep track on every iOS channel out there to try to tie us all together, and especially during summer times between June, July, August, when views and everything start going down, it would be fun if we, for next year, started working together during that period to make some fun stuff together with the community, because I think that would be helpful to the channels and also fun for everyone participating, and hopefully fun for everyone watching it. So that's something I'm planning on. At least I'm going to be reaching out to all of these YouTubers, but Elbow Media Studios make some great content. Let's run it.
Studios. For a while, y'all been asking me to do a video on making a beat from start to finish inside of Nano Studio 2. So I decided today I'm going to go ahead on and put that to work. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. We ain't got no time to waste. Y'all know how we do. Come on, let's roll. If you're not familiar with Nano Studio 2, I will leave a card right here. That way you can go in and you could take a look at my beginner's guide or my getting started to Nano Studio 2. It is a pretty dope app. But
so remember that name, Elbow Media Studios. You'll find this guy on YouTube and on obviously Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. So he's on all the platforms where I am. Elbow Media Studios. Check him out. He makes great content, iOS content. What's up, Lo? What's up, Lo? Yes, you're late, Media Group LLC. That's a long name. That's a long name. I'm gonna call you Frank. So, hey Frank, you are late, but the stream isn't finished. We have at least like 40 minutes to go before I need to. No, wait, like 35 minutes before I need to start tying stuff up, because I think my partner is making dinner for me. I get to eat dinners that someone else is making during the live stream days, which is great. He has covered a lot of beatmaker and GarageBand among many other topics. Yeah, I didn't know about Elbow Media Studios. I'm glad that he put that comment on that video, so now I know about him and I will start promoting him also in my videos. I think it's important for us to promote each other, because sometimes I get comments from people who clearly don't like my content, but I always tell them that if you don't like my content, go check the link collection under my video, because whoa, there's so many channels out there. You'll find one that you'll like, at least one, and then you don't have to be here complaining to me about not liking me all the time. You could just go watch some videos you like. Dylan Paris Gavinsky, Play PM, Kevin Allen, they also do iOS production stuff. There's a whole shout out there from Sion. I'm gonna read that out again. Dylan Paris, Gavinsky, Play PM, Kevin Allen. So I'll be sure to note this, and I'll be sure to try to look them up and to get the message out that these are all iOS content creators, or iOS music maker content creators. Okay, I'm gonna call you. Okay, Frank. Okay, Frank. I'll call you Joseph. So, Joseph, you're late, but you're not too late. Not too late. We're still having fun. Or they can't complain on your channels as well. Yeah, they could. They could do that. Let's see here. Let's see here. I need. Where is it? Where is it? What was that? Someone wrote it out. Someone wrote it out about the oh, what was the name? I need to find it. Come on, I need to find it. The name for that thing again. It was. Oh no, I can't find the comment. Kernu app. Kernu app. Kernu app. Kernu app. Let's check that out. Oh, come on. Kernu app. Kernu app? Isn't it Kernu app? It looks like that. Kernu ARP. Kernu ARP. Is it Kernu ARP? It's not Kernu ARP. What? Did I spell it wrong? What is going on here? Come on now. Kernu ARP? Kernu ARP. Cream Mobile. Okay, that one I remember, but that was not the thing I was looking. You know, I think I'm done. I'm not gonna look for. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? This is definitely iOS related. What is this? Is YouTube gonna flag my video now because there's some dude here without a shirt on? Is this not safe for work? I don't know if it is, but it's a nice picture, and I'm hoping it's someone from our community who made that picture. But I'm gonna remove it now if it's not safe for work. I don't know. Maybe. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see what YouTube does. Maybe I'll get some angry emails sent to me. Samuel is a very knowledgeable guy, yes. I've had so much help from Samuel over the years, and having Samuel point out stuff to me, you know. Sorry for talking about you in third person, Samuel. Box on the uh, endless jams. All right, so what am I doing here? Remember the Instagram group, Jakob haQ? Most of us are there. Sion, I'm very bad at using groups on Instagram. I'm very bad at checking DMs too. If anyone needs to find me, the best thing is to find my email, and you can find that at my in the footer at my website. My website is jakobhaq.com. Simple as that. Go down to the footer and you have my email. It's the absolute best way of keeping in contact with me. When you're writing something short to me, I'll answer almost instantly. But when it's something bigger, I have to wait because I don't always have time to get right to answering it. And so it might take me longer to answer it. But yeah, butter synth. Butter synth. Butter synth. I'm typing butter synth. I don't even know if I'm doing it right here. Uh, I give up, everyone. I give up trying to find this other serum clone. I know I saw it. I know I saw it. It's just I give up. I can't find it no matter what I search for. So I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna open up this page again with the 8-port Anchor adapter. And you know what? This looks like something I need. However, I'm thinking maybe I should mount this in a rack or something. Yeah, because I'm gonna have like a rack on top over the synthesizers when I build this thing that I'm gonna build, and above it I want like a rack where I have my dub delay thing that I built in the rack. I have that, and also I want to put in like a USB hub and also a MIDI hub. I go by Samu. Samu. That adapter looks ace. Yeah, it really does. Can you can we like does that? Yeah, we can do that. 14 ports? Really? 14 ports. That is a lot. Huh. And is this plastic or is it metal? Like I prefer metal. I always do. But then again, this is not something I would throw in my backpack. This is something I would just keep stationary at home for everything charging and connecting everything to the iPad. I'm also looking into getting one of those. Let's see here. It's an extension cord because if there's something I don't like, let me show you here. All right, so here we have this thing, and I don't like the way that this thing twists, and sometimes it will disconnect and it will move around, and so I've been looking into getting some kind of a extension cord so that I could just have an extension that just drops down easily and then connect the lightning connector to the extension cord instead. And I did find one because someone did tip me off on that in another live stream, I think, or something. What was the name of that? What was the name? Lightning to lightning extension cable. However, I don't know exactly how it works. If I can find Saramonic there. I know that at least one of my viewers is using the Saramonic one. So it basically looks like that. Alright? That's all it is. It's just a lightning to lightning. That's all it is. And it's only 8 centimeters, but which is what is I don't know how big that is in inches, but you know it's like this. So it really relieves stress of your iPad from these dongles, and it also relieves stress from the connector because you know it's not twisted like it is right now. I don't like this twist here. It doesn't cost much. I mean, it's still about what, like 12 bucks or 13 bucks, and then of course you need to pay for shipment. So, but still, I'm gonna try this one out and see if it works because I'm wondering what happens with the rest of everything because I don't know exactly at what point you need your stuff to be MFI certified. If it needs to be over here or if it needs to be only in the adapter. I don't know exactly if this is a thing that will keep on working even when iOS is updated. So I'm gonna test that one out. Another thing, a user case I saw for this is because I have one of those handles that pivots and stuff. What do you call them? This thing here. you know, one of these things. Uh, what is it called? A gimbal. And I saw the user case for this, that this would actually be able to go into a gimbal. But I'm not too sure about this because of I know what happens when you put stress on the engines. But still, I want to try stuff like that out. Belkin Tech USB-C to USB-C, different length is great. Cardboard box is cheaper. And this 14 port Anchor is known to work with iOS. I've had mixed experiences with USB ports and iOS. Uh, when it comes to iOS, I've done so many tests. And by the way, I'm answering Michael. I've done so many tests. And whenever I've helped someone through email that have had problems connecting stuff, it's always turned out to be either a non-MFI certified adapter. And once we've eliminated that, it's always been not enough power. And as long as you have enough power, do the right connection order for Lightning, plugging everything into the adapter and then the adapter in last, and also having everything being MFI certified, it usually always works with any type of USB hub. And I've been testing out like so many USB hubs. I don't have them here, but testing them out whenever I get to test something out, when I'm visiting someone or when I'm at someone's office or at a company or something like that. I test out stuff when they're on the table, you know? And I've never had anything fail on me unless it was related to power, you know, too much pulling power and then iOS shuts off the connection, or like a charging cable being broken, or a third-party non-MFI connector. So I don't think that this Ethernet adapter from Anchor, I don't think that this would not work. I don't see how it could not work. Most USB ports would, but I've had some bad experience with some USB hubs bought off this site called Wish. Alright? You know, a place where you buy a USB hub, like a 4-port USB hub, for $2, $3. Expecting something like that to work is not a good thing. It's not a good practice. So yeah, sure, I've had some problems. Most people who have been recommending me USB hub to use with iOS have been recommending Anchor a lot. So I think it's going to be compatible. It should be, technically, theoretically, but I can't say for certain. So give me a little, give me some time, and I'll try to get at least 2 Anchor hubs, a big one and a small one, and test them out. And then I'll be able to tell you what I think, because I have, let's see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 devices plus another iPhone 5, 6 devices that I can, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 devices that I can test it out with, which I'm gonna do. And I will also be testing it out with the MacBook, of course. I have a 7-port Anchor that doesn't work reliably with iOS. Damn, it worked, but got audio dropouts using it. It was powered off its own power supply. Michael, the power supply for that Anchor, how many amps did it give out? And do you know how many amps you need for the sessions you're using? Do you only have like one thing connected to there, or do you have like multiple things connected at the same time that are on? Because like the test I did in one video, I connected stuff to a USB hub and then to the USB 3 to Lightning connector, and I was running everything without power on the hub, and of course it didn't work because it needed more power to connect and start up the routines for the MIDI controllers. And then I put in power and it all worked until I pressed down a few pads that lit up, and suddenly it's pulling more amps, and then everything died. So it could be a power connection if you got a lot of stuff on there. In that video, by the way, I write out how much power you have per adapter if you're using the old camera connector, the USB to Lightning, the CCK, or if you're using the USB 3 to Lightning adapter, because it's different between the both of them, how many amps they put out and when they shut off power. So if there's not enough power going to the hub, it's going to try to take it from iOS or from the adapter, and iOS won't let you. It wasn't a power issue. I just had an audio interface connected to it, powered off its own supply as well. What audio interface was it? See, now I'm getting into bug debugging mode here, Michael. I don't think I'm getting any water because I don't think my partner is listening into the stream. By the way, everyone, in 15 minutes I will be going, so we're gonna try to wrap it up. So, what have we been talking about? We're talking about hubs a lot. We've been talking about some problems and issues we don't like with iOS. Dongles is one of them. It's going to be interesting once I get a new iPad and see exactly what that entails. How many new things I need to get for it, because it's not just go and buy an iPad. When you go and buy an iPad, then you need like some screen protection because you don't want to break it because it's expensive, and then you need some maybe like some a second skin over it to protect everything, and then you need dongles. Maybe you need more hubs. Maybe you need a new charger cable. There's a lot of things you don't think about. Maybe this time I'll actually get a pen or an Apple pen, because that's one thing I haven't had. And after the demonstration that haQ gave me when I was over in Norway, and also over in Treppendorf when we was at the Thomann synth reactor thing, after the demonstration he gave me with the Apple Pencil, whoa, it's pretty cool. What Apple did with the Apple Pencil, it's insane. And it's not, other pens do good things too, but not quite there. Meaning I stripped it down to just the audio interface and still had the issue. If the hub has a separate controller built in, it should work better. Most cheap hubs do not have a controller in them. That's true, Samuel. I forgot to mention that. Bearing a UMC 404. Okay. No need to debug. Samuel says, I get random dropouts with the UR242 when connected to almost any USB hub, so direct connection only. And Chenzen says the pen is the best gadget ever. I have a non-powered 4-port Anchor, which is fine. Just want to get a larger power one that works. Alright, so Michael, just wait until I've gotten some hubs and tested them out, and you'll know. I'll be testing out a big one, preferably this one, because it said it could go up to 8 amps, and so the adapter for this one must be pretty big. Pretty nifty. Sorry I hit the camera there again. I just saw it in the window. I'm starting to lose my voice, everyone. Dry throat. And also I've been recording narration today. So stay tuned on my channel for tomorrow, Thursday, because I'll be up on the main channel, Jakob haQ, because I'll be uploading that tier list video and see what everyone thinks about it, and hopefully people like it, because I'm gonna experiment with some content to make something more, just to have a little bit more content put out to everyone who is so. You're so lovely. You're watching all the content, and I want to thank you for that. And for everyone who watches to the end, I always put in something extra at the utmost end, where I put up the video links and everything. I always try to do something different for just as some kind of reward. I just think that you're worth it for sticking around for so long, listening to my slow-paced droolings. Apple Pencils are great, but don't let them discharge completely. They will stop working. Yeah, that's it. It's kind of the same thing with some lithium batteries in general. Actually, don't ever let them go below a certain point. With some lithium batteries, I never let them fall under 30% or 20%. I just charge them from there. Healing Heart says, we'll be watching tomorrow. Yeah. I gotta stretch. I gotta stretch. Oh, that something popped. That was nice. You know when it pops, if you didn't know, it's actually I heard a doctor talk about that. It's trapped air between the discs, and so when you're doing that, it kind of like builds up pressure and then pops, and that's why it sounds like that. That that's interesting. That's something new. I didn't know. Yeah, my mom used to say, "Don't do stuff like this," and it might be bad for you. Actually, it's there are no indications that it's actually bad for you. Actually, it's good stretching, unless you've got a medical condition that stops you from stretching for some reason. But stretching is great. Please go get water. Can you hear that? I'm getting a sore throat. All right, everyone. I think I've reached the end. I've reached the end, everyone. Thank you so much for checking in with me here at Jakob haQ Live over at YouTube. I always have fun talking with all of you, even with those of you who don't write in the chat. Um, and I love you for being here. And we've got some interesting stuff coming up forward. Please let me know what you think about the tier list video tomorrow. And I want you all to take care of yourselves and each other in these trying times with everything going on. And I think we're only seeing the beginning of the full fallout, because we yet do not know exactly how what's going on right now, how that's going to affect the world in the future, actually. So yeah, we better take care of each other. We work together we work together to better the world. And as creatives, I think it's our responsibility to put creative stuff into the world, to inspire other people and to inspire stuff that leads to good things, peaceful things, So just do that. Just be creative. Take care. This has been Jakob haQ Live. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. And I'll see you next week on Wednesday at UTC plus 2. I think that maybe daylight savings will happen and suddenly it will be GT or whatever. You'll always be able to log into YouTube and check the video stream. I always put it out at least 3 or 4 hours before I start streaming, so you'll see when it's due in your area. So adios, adios, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen. Are those all the languages I know? There's got to be more. Come on. Hej då. That's how you say it in Swedish. Hej då. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And now you can watch me, like I mentioned earlier, now you can watch me try to find the off button for the stream. That's usually a rave, me doing that. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I gotta learn how to stop looking at myself in the screen there. I'm supposed to look at the camera, but then again, maybe you don't see my eyes because of how dark and how far away the screen is. I don't know. Where's the off button? Chiss. Chiss? Chiss? Is that how you say it? I don't know if you say it like that. Chiss? Stop stream. There we go. Oh, then, yeah, I have to press again. Every goddamn time.